Welcome to Bite Size Word. This is the conclusion of the subject of help. In the first part I spoke of how it's important for us to qualify where we get help from. It's not everywhere you have to receive help, because some people somewhere would rather help themselves than help you. So we have to qualify where we get our help from. Ultimately, David said, I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence comes my help? My help comes from the Lord God Almighty, who made the heavens and the earth. This session I want to talk about a king in the Bible whom the Lord helped so much. He began very well. But unfortunately, he finished badly. I pray for you that you will finish well. I pray for you that you will finish well. You see, before I get into that, God said, because He expects us to come to Him when we need help, to come to Him when we have things that puzzles us. God expects you to come to Him in prayer. He said this concerning Israel's people. He challenged them through Jeremiah in Jeremiah 2:13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and have hewn for themselves cisterns, broken cisterns that hold no water. So you see that God is saying His people, they have committed two sins. One, they forsook Him, the very fountain of living water, for cisterns, water tank, water containers, that if they were good, if they were a good functional one, it'd be wonderful, but they are cisterns, tanks that are full of holes. In other words, they can never satisfy your thirst. They can never be reliable. God is saying to you that you make Him, for you to make Him your ultimate help. Now let me talk to you about the king in the Bible whom God helped so much. I pray that God will help you. But you see, he finished badly, but I pray for you that you will finish well. The name is King Asa. He reigned about 5 dynasties after King David. He reigned in the kingdom of Judah. At that particular time, Judah and Israel, the northern kings, were at loggerhead. They fought with each other several times. But at this particular time, King Asa had an enormous amount of trouble. Problems came his doorway. You know, nobody's immune against trouble. God never said we will not have challenges. He says when you go through the waters, it will not overflow you. When you go to the fire, when you go through the fire, you will not be burned. So you will go through challenges, but He will be with you. David says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me. That's the guarantee that God will be with me anyway. All of a sudden, this mighty army came against King Asa, and he went to the Lord. The Bible says in 2 Chronicles 14:9, and there came out against them Zerah the Ethiopian with an host of 1,000,000 and 300 chariots, and came to Mazareth. Here, 1,000,000, that's King James' way of talking about 1,000,000. I don't know about you, even back then, this guy is an Ethiopian back then, 1,000,000 soldiers. Can you imagine? I don't know what country can boast of 1,000,000 soldiers this day, but 1,000,000 men, they don't march on empty tummy. Can you imagine the logistics just to get 1,000,000 people on the march? Back then, we're not talking about modern days. Can you see the complexity before the Twitter, before all this? I can't even begin to imagine it. But nonetheless, they came against Asa and his people, and it terrified him, and it should. Sometimes situations come a way that terrifies us. The Bible says in 2 Chronicles 4:10, then Asa went out against him, and they set the battle in array in the valley of Zephahath in Marahath. And Asa cried to the Lord his God and said, Lord, it's nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power. Help us, O Lord our God, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude. O Lord, thou art our God, do not let man prevail against you. Asa prayed a passionate prayer. He prayed a prayer that his life depended on it. I don't know your situation. I don't know your circumstances, but if you can pray like Asa prayed, and guess what? He put a caveat at the end that just blows my mind. He says, "Thou art our God. Let not man prevail against thee." Oh, I don't know about you. I think on this particular line, Zerah was in for trouble, only that he didn't know it. Zerah, who came against him, I think that was a turning point in the whole thing, because now Zerah thought he was going against Asa, but the table had turned. The battle now was between Zerah and his million against God. And of course, you know who won. God gave Asa such tremendous victory. But guess what? After a little while, he strengthened himself. He became wealthy, he became strong, and he lost his focus. He began to seek help from other sources other than from God. The Bible says when the king of Israel came against him, Ben-Hadad, when he came against him, it happened that, when the king of Israel came against him, it happened that the king of Israel, the northern kingdom, had greater advantage, leverage over King Asa, the southern kingdom. And he felt the battle was going against him. He needed help. You would have thought that he would have gone to God for help. But oh no, he went to the Assyrian, the king of Assyria, Ben-Hadad, for help. And guess what? He took the treasures from the king's house. Many times that's what we do. The very thing that God blessed us, rather than using it to honor God, we use it to do something else. The very thing that God had used to bless King Asa, he used it, packed all the treasure from the house of God, from the temple, and shipped them to Ben-Hadad and says, "Go and break your covenant with King of Israel, and then defend me." And of course, he took all the wealth and then broke the covenant that he had with King of Israel, went against the King of Israel, smote Dan and a few other places, and because of that, the siege against King Asa was broken, and he won the battle, and everything appeared to be okay and hunky-dory. Sometimes you do your own thing, you do your own scheme, your own way of doing things, and you think everything is settled, but it's just a momentary solution. The Bible is, and God sees, and God